as it's the former Gulf Coast Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, the Executioner, making his way to ringside. He is the unlucky soul that drew number 1 in the random drawing for this Rumble-style Battle Royale here in Gulf Coast Wrestling. The Executioner, after wrestling that grueling championship bout only moments ago, now must start out this big battle royal as we await the arrival of the man who drew number 2. These two men will start it off, and then every minute thereafter, after the initial period, another competitor will enter the ring. Oh, this is unbelievable, wrestling fans. That's the music of the new Gulf Coast Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, winning the title only moments ago. The look of the draw, as it's going to be the Trooper starting things out with the Executioner. Hey, we've seen this matchup before. What an unlucky break for both men. They've got to be exhausted. It's apparent to me, wrestling fans, that neither of these men are going to be there at the end. Look out, it's the Trooper starting things off with a bang. The Trooper shoots his man into the ropes. A running lariat. It might be a good idea for these two men to try to reserve their energy. They're going to need it later on in this matchup. The Trooper now, shoulder blocks to the midsection and a chop across the chest. Snap marries his man in the center of the ring. An Irish whip now with momentum, a boot to the midsection, and another DDT. The Executioner's got to still be feeling the effects of that Law and Order, the Stone Cold Stunner from the Trooper. He's trying to get his man out over the top rope. That's the name of the game. Over the top rope elimination. The Executioner now making a break. A running clothesline to the corner buckle. Scoops his man up once again. And a full body slam. Drops the knee to the forehead. The Executioner now in control in the early stages of this Rumble-style matchup. As we wait with bated breath for the third man. After the initial period, competitors will be coming to the ring every minute. The only way to win this matchup is after everyone has entered the ring to be the last man standing. Look out, the Trooper there, going for Law and Order once again. A keen eye there by the Executioner. It's too bad for him he couldn't have blocked it like that in the last matchup. He'd still be the champion. But I guess hindsight is always 20/20. Wait a minute, watch the Trooper dropping a forearm shot from the top turnbuckle all the way to the floor. Uncharacteristic high-risk offense from the Trooper. Hard body slam right on the concrete. Boy, the Executioner's going to be walking funny for a couple of days now. It's the Trooper now going for a pinfall, but this is an over-the-top rope battle royal. And the Trooper now trying to get the Executioner up and over the top, but look at the Executioner tying his arms and legs in the ropes like a spider monkey, hanging on for dear life. Delivers a couple of hard elbows to the midsection. Scoops his man up. Look at this power, wrestling fans. Another shoulder breaker. High impact punishment being delivered by the ex-champion, the Executioner. Wait a minute, the countdown. As we await the arrival now of the man that drew number 3. Who's it gonna be, wrestling fans? The random drawing. It's the Cowboy, Jesse Dalton, one half of the Texas Outlaws. And he looks meaner and ornerier than ever. He's got a steel chair. This is bunkhouse rules. Anything goes in this Battle Royal, wrestling fans. But the official gets the steel chair out of the hands of Jesse Dalton. Again, the trooper going for a pin, not realizing that this is Battle Royal rules. He's probably still a little addled from all that punishment he took in the last match. And look at this, we might see a little double team action with the Executioner and Jesse Dalton as they drive the trooper hard into the canvas. These two guys run in the same circles, but you can't turn your back on anyone in a Battle Royal situation. Dropping the knee there was the Executioner. Look out, here comes the Lightning Kid. He drew number 4, but a groin shot stops his momentum short. And double teaming him now is the Executioner and the Outlaw Jesse Dalton, who has a score to settle after that Tag Team Championship matchup. The Outlaws going down in defeat to the Kid and Chief Little Bear. Locks his man in, high vertical suplex. Jesse Dalton driving the Lightning Kid hard to the canvas. The Executioner trips the trooper and pulls him out of the squared circle. Meanwhile, inside the ring, hammering away is Jesse Dalton. The trooper shoots his man. The Executioner shoots the trooper back into the squared circle. As we await the arrival of another competitor. Reversal of the Irish whip by the Lightning Kid on Jesse. A hard lariat in the corner and a bulldog. Look out, it's Buddy Dalton, the other half of the Texas Outlaws, and he's got that bullwhip. Using an illegal foreign object, but in this matchup there are no rules. As they're choking away on the Lightning Kid with that bullwhip. The champion, the trooper now, trying to lend a hand. But he gets a low blow for his troubles. We've got 5 men in the ring, wrestling fans, as we await the arrival of number 6. Boy, look at this hold. The Executioner really stretching the champion. Good grief, they're hanging the Lightning Kid over the top rope with that bullwhip. But here comes Chief Little Bear in the ring. Sends Buddy Dalton over the top rope, but at the same time eliminates his own tag team partner. And now it's Chief Little Bear on the receiving end of some punishment as Buddy Dalton, with some extracurricular activity on the outside, side suplex there by the Executioner and an elbow drop by Jesse Dalton. The champion, the ex-champion, drops the knee. Look out, there's the Law and Order. The trooper KOs the Executioner for the second time this evening. Some encouraging words there from the Lightning Kid, Jerry Reiner, for the trooper. A boot to the midsection there by Jesse Dalton. The action is non-stop here in Gulf Coast Wrestling. A rake in the eyes by Jesse Dalton. Look out, here comes Hardcore Hal Magnus. He enters the ring with a lot of vigor, hammering away at Chief Little Bear. But it looks like the Cobras entered the ring as well. They might be sending them out 2 at a time here. It's Bedlam Pandemonium, wrestling fans. A bear hug from Hardcore Hal Magnus. Hammering Little Bear in the corner. The trooper mounts the Executioner on the opposite side. He's out of it. Jesse Dalton working over the Cobra. We still have 3 men left, wrestling fans. And there's the countdown. Look out, it's the Executioner with the Decapitator on the Trooper. And a Tombstone Piledriver from Hardcore Hal Magnus. Steve Armstrong enters the ring along with the Black Assassin, and they go at it right from the outset. 8 men inside the squared circle, wrestling fans. Arms and legs flying in all directions. You can't turn your back on anyone. It's every man for himself. It looks like 4 or 5 men there combined to eliminate the Black Assassin. He's up and over the top rope, all 350 plus pounds. The Executioner delivers the Decapitator on Chief Little Bear, but he's nailed by the Trooper and now by the Cobra, who lends a hand. Steve Armstrong working over Hardcore Hal Magnus in the corner. The Cobra misses with a big forearm shot, and out over the top goes the Executioner. Chief Little Bear chopping away at the Executioner now. And the countdown, there's only 1 man left, and it's the real deal Johnny Reno. He was the lucky man that drew that last spot. The Executioner is out over the top rope, it appears, at the hands of Chief Little Bear. Johnny Reno working over Steve Armstrong, but Little Bear lends a hand from behind. It's Hardcore Hal Magnus working over the Trooper. Jesse Dalton hooking it up with Armstrong. Chief Little Bear working over the real deal Johnny Reno in the corner. And we have all the combatants inside the squared circle, wrestling fans. I'm losing my voice. What a great triple main event here in Panama City Beach, Florida for the Boys and Girls Club. Reno hammering away now on Steve Armstrong. We're down to 6 combatants, wrestling fans. There's a reverse DDT on the Trooper by Hardcore Hal Magnus. Out over the top rope goes Jesse Dalton, the Outlaw. He's history. Hard shoulder blocks in the corner buckle from Hardcore on the Chief. Steve Armstrong goes up and over the top rope at the hands of Johnny Reno. Armstrong now battling it out on the floor with Jesse Dalton. The Trooper shoots Hardcore into the ropes. A big clothesline takes Magnus to the canvas. And it's down to the final 4, wrestling fans. College basketball has its final 4. Gulf Coast Wrestling has its own. Look at Reno standing on the windpipe of Chief Little Bear. Meanwhile, Magnus working over the Trooper with a reverse chin lock. Backbreaker applied by Johnny Reno. Reno's manager, Luciano, at ringside. And it looks like they're trying to double team the Chief. He'll have none of that. Fighting off both men, but you can only do so much. Look out, it looks like the Chief is going to be eliminated up and over the top rope. That leaves the Gulf Coast champion, the Trooper, to take on both Reno and Hardcore Hal Magnus. A double Irish whip. They go for the double clothesline, but he ducks. He delivers a double clothesline of his own. The Trooper is a house of fire. He was the first man in the ring. He and the Executioner started this matchup off. Numbers 1 and 2. But this is a handicap match. Magnus now to the opposite buckle. Beautiful athletic maneuver, a roll into a splash, and a running clothesline by Reno. Magnus turns his man over into a Boston Crab. And it's Johnny Reno putting the bad mouth on the Gulf Coast Wrestling champion. Either one of these blue chippers could be the next contender to the Troopers heavyweight title, as it's Johnny Reno saying let's throw him out, but Magnus said no, let's have some more fun with him. I don't see how the Trooper can overcome these odds. Look out. Hard right hands for both men. Law and order on Hal Magnus. He goes down. The Trooper jacks the jaw of Johnny Reno with the Law and Order. He's pulling out all the stops, but now he's concentrating on one man. That's a mistake. And it's Johnny Reno from behind. Belly to back suplex. The beginning of the end for the Trooper, I would say, as both men drop an elbow. It's Hal Magnus from the second turnbuckle, drops the leg. They're taking turns with him. Reverse splash from the second rope from the real deal Johnny Reno, and it looks like they're ready to shoot him out here. They're in agreement. Up and over the top rope goes the Trooper. He's eliminated. But now, an interesting twist here. Reno's going to have to go at it with hardcore Hal Magnus. Both of these young studs are going to have to hook it up. Luciano there said something to hardcore Hal Magnus. Johnny Reno now extending the hand. An embrace there. Reno now exiting the squared circle. Luciano there running from the Trooper. Wait a second. The bell is sounded. Can there be two winners to a battle royal?
This little boy right here brings up to the ring, man, and I ain't seen it in a long time. Right, man? Why don't me and you tag together? You will run this and all that. Ow!
Johnny Reno with a suggestion. An offer for hardcore Hal Magnus.
Let's do it.
Magnus has accepted the offer. Apparently they're going to split the $1,000 prize and form a tag team tandem. Thank you for joining us, wrestling fans, for Gulf Coast Wrestling on Independent Wrestling Classics home video. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us.